Hey guys, my name is James, and today we're going to do an unboxing for a Cinegears Express wireless follow focus. Let's start with this box here. So this is how it comes when you order it. Cardboard box and nice little hard plastic box here. It is a dust-proof, waterproof box. Everything is cut inside to fit the motor, the remote, and everything that you need to set up your wireless follow focus. And we're going to start with the Express controller. This little controller has a replaceable magnetized marking disc. In the box you're going to find a second one. If you have different lenses or just different settings, then you can just change it. It's nice and easy like this. There we go. Little controller. Another neat thing to notice is that when you turn it on, you turn on to the second setting here. There's a little light on the side for when it's dark. Easier to find your marks. So that's the controller. So your motor, and you'll notice this is quite an interesting design. The motor actually has the receiver transmitter integrated into the motor. That's why you have a little antenna on it. And this is the only motor like this in the industry. On this motor, you're going to find a input cable for your power, and under the side here, you have a record start and stop input cable. This kit comes with 2 rod adapters. And the reason we do that is very simple, is to make sure we don't have to use a bushing adapter to put it onto a smaller rod. And by not having that bushing adapter, it allows us to make sure the gear is perfectly centered, perfectly aligned with your lens. And that will prevent wear and tear of the motor, will prevent wear and tear of the lens. Plus it reduces the amount of parts that you need, which makes it more reliable. After that, we have here this little thing here, and this thing is really awesome. It's a side clamp for the remote. I'll show you what I did with mine. When we're using a follow focus remotely, we want to have a monitor and our remote together. Having that side clamp on the remote here allows you to put a little 90-degree small rod, and you have your remote right on the side here. You can hold on to it like this while you're focusing. Everything's in one nice little package. It's easy to use. You can also use it to put it on other things. It doesn't have to be on a rig like this. Next up in the box is the right angle LEMO power cable for the motor. And then we have in the box a bag of different gears. These gears are different sizes and also different pitches. So it comes with a USB cable, and you use this to recharge your wireless Express controller. The battery is integrated into this unit. You can purchase a separate backplate that comes with the battery pack. And of course, the instructions are printed on the back, just like the original controller you will be buying. Now, another neat feature about this controller is that you can charge it in the field while you are using it. And to do so, you'll plug your USB cable at the top of your controller here. And you can Velcro a USB battery pack on top, plug that in, and you're charging it while you're using it, so you never have to worry about your batteries dying while you're in the field. Do I have to replace my batteries? It's just battery pack, plug it in, and you're good to go. All right, guys, so a few of you might wonder what the differences are between these controllers. Well, obviously this one is a multi-axis. But between these 2 controllers here, the Express Plus and the Express, the main difference is the hard stops here. The Express does not have those hard stops. And that's really the only difference between these 2 controllers. Now the Express controller versus the standard has been redesigned, refined as well. It's got rounder corners on the top and on the bottom. It has rubber strips on each sides here and on the back as well. It's just a little bit easier to hold, less chances of slipping. if it gets warm outside, your hands get sweaty, you have something to hold on to. It's a lot nicer. And it's the same for the Express controller. And one more thing to note is that all of these controllers have the side clamp holes, and it also has a 1/4-20 hole as well. You can mount it on the magic arm, or you could mount just about anything else you want onto this controller. You can see it right here. So the 4 holes are for the side clamp to mount it either vertically or horizontally, depending on your setup. And there you have it. That's the main differences between these controllers. The standard multi-channel controller is a little bit thicker, obviously because we have more controls on it. The first thing you will notice is the controls on the side. One of these is for the zoom motor, and then the other one is for the iris motor. And we have a good range of motion between these with these adjusters here. Another thing with this controller that all the other controllers have is the light for the focus marks. It also has a really nice big light strip on the side for your zoom and iris knobs here to find your marks when it's dark. Another thing you will find is that the speed for each motor is independently adjustable. You can adjust your focus motor to be slightly faster than your zoom or your iris. If you want a really, really slow iris pull, you can just turn it counterclockwise all the way down. The first motor we're going to look at is the multi-channel motor. You'll notice that it's a little bit smaller. It does not have an antenna because with this kit you have the receiver right here, multi-channel. Each motor is the same, one cable, and it also has the remote start and stop record option with this. The second motor is the single channel motor. It's a little bit bigger, about the same thickness. It's just a little bit longer than the single channel, and that's because it has the receiver integrated into the box of the motor, and that's why we have a little antenna. And the third motor that we have is the extreme motor. You'll see, again, this one is slightly bigger, about the same height, just a little bit thicker, a little bit wider, but it is a single channel, and this is double the torque as these motors, so that's why it's a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier, but a lot more torque for those heavy and those stubborn Russian lenses that you might be using, or anamorphics, or just bigger lenses in general. All of these come with a port to have the record start stop cable connected to them as well.